All right, we are back today. Sorry, a little later than I expected. Um, had to do some personal stuff, phone call, all that great stuff. Oh, there's a garbage truck coming. Um, so yeah, today, like I said, we could probably stream to about probably 1:30. Got an appointment this afternoon, so yeah. So we'll stream for what we can here. So, like we ended yesterday, we were debating what we're going to do with the camera here. Obviously, this has been the thought of the last couple days. There we go. Fix that. Mic stand here. There we go. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. Am I going to leave it as this view, or are we going to do 3D view? So there's pain points on both ways. Obviously, the player movement controller works fine for this because that's what it was built for. But then we're running into the collisions, which I have to figure out how to do. Now that could cause an issue because if it means that we have to do different types of buildings or we have to design this in a whole new way, well, we're gonna have to revamp everything. That's gonna take even more time. If we don't do that and then we just go with the 3D approach, we don't have to worry about any of that. I mean, obviously we'll have to worry about collisions into the buildings, with the camera, and I think there's settings for that. But, we can, it's that. But then we have to work on the player controller with, with fixing it, which we could, I don't think it'd be as much, which we tried to do, but it screwed up some stuff. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. But like I know for sure we are going to do what I said. Even if this is 3D, we're still only going to have the player bounds, here. But what we'll have to do if it is 3D, we'll just have to put some stuff around here. But the player, they'll never go there, but we'll just have to dress it a little bit. And I'm just thinking maybe do some grass and maybe farmland or whatever. We could do mountains around it. Like that was my initial thing, is like, let's just make this like a town in the mountains and we're just surrounded by mountains. Cool. Which that is not that difficult. Like I said, this took me literally less than 5 minutes to do. So we can do that again. So yeah, I mean, and then obviously we're gonna have, I mean, there's so much more work to do with the detail stuff, but we're coming along. And then, we just do little parking, like we can do parking lots here. That's what I'm saying. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do. That's if we go 3D route. If not, then we're just going to, that can go down. Okay. And then, all the details and stuff are, that's going to take us a lot of time to do. Depending on how detailed we want to get. With that pack we got a lot of cool stuff in there. And I just say we spend our time just fixing up this, and like I said, this is the play area, which makes the most sense. So okay, I gotta clean this up here. That in buildings, okay. And then grass, we're still working on. Okay, we're still working with that stuff, so we'll keep that there for now. Let's save that. So yeah. I mean, like I said, there's pluses and minuses, and like I said, I asked ChatGPT about the collisions. I tried looking for some tutorials on YouTube, and I couldn't really find anything that was for what I'm experiencing. Okay, so here we go. A built-in collider extension. Try this. Oh, that's the extension. I think I saw that too. Yeah. We were going to try it yesterday, but this one, decollider. But I don't think that's the issue. Lighter. What's up on it? Can't access. Extension. I think we might have to do a layer here. Building. Now we can't get it. There we go. I think it's collide against. Decollide. We're gonna have to. So everything. Huh. I don't know if this is the correct one. Are all your buildings static? Oh, I see that setting right. Can we do all, select all and it will do it? Let's try. Let's see if this works. Put all your building roofs and walls on a dedicated environment layer. We do that. Layer, default, environment. Environment. Right. See if we can select all. Okay, we have to do like a looking for occlusion. Don't see. This window, occlusion calling, bake. Isn't that same as this? Nav mesh. We have to do a script though. Let's see. For that thing that we just did with the environment. Let's see what happens right now. Let's just see what If anything changed. Probably doubt it, but with the first settings we did. Oh geez, since we turned, yeah, we changed the that's still doing it. We changed the spawn points. Now there's more enemies by us. Yeah, it's not working. We have to do the script. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this grass stuff looks. Okay. Well, that did something. Oh my god. Alright, well, I don't know what just happened. The camera flipped. Something. Wow. Okay. We have bigger problems. Okay. Oh, I bet you it's this decollider thing. Remove that. We'll keep that thing static. We'll keep the environment because that's exactly what they are. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's try this again. Oops. Yeah, I want to see if we can. These overlap. Not gonna see that one. Oops. This one up, up, back a little. Right. I don't know if we're gonna go for that right now. It looks fine. I don't know. I think we might have to. I don't know. This is starting to. I think that bank building needs to be. I need to be flipped. It's like a side entrance or something. Right. This down. There we go. We can give some space. There we go. Can almost put another building there. It's building I2. Oh, that's we have one of those? think it's right. Yeah, I think that bank. I don't know. Have a sign over here. It does. So that's weird. Like, why would it have a side entrance? Might need to put that bank somewhere else. Anyway, but we don't need to worry about that. I feel like two. One's actually kind of. Ooh. Interesting.
It's 11 o'clock.
How do I get back to? Yeah, I don't think the I don't think this camera view is gonna work with this what we're doing because we started building 3D. So we're gonna have to figure that out. That bank. Need to put that bank somewhere else. I don't know. Okay. Okay, we have to do the script. Okay, near clip plane. I think I remember seeing that. I think we. Back. I remember messing with. Here it is, clipping plane. Here we go. Okay. 5-degree tilt. It's saying from 0, 3 to 0, 1. Okay, well, we're at 0, 3. Let's see what 0, 1 does. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, but anyway. All right. I don't know what happened when we went over here. I think what happened is we clipped And that setting we had screwed us up. So let's go. Let's try that again. We were over here. Yeah, it's still doing it. I think we might have to go back to 3D. Behind third person. I mean, I almost thought, okay, well, it didn't flip this time. Good. I didn't, okay, this time it didn't mess up. Yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do is adjust the size. No, it's not that one. The orthographic size. Try this 0.1. Try 50. Yeah, see now, okay, but the building's still clipped, but that's too far away. I mean, that makes a completely different game. You know what I mean? That's like, what? What are we watching? And the buildings look great. That could work. I think it's just too far. We have to adjust this. Jeez, look at all these. Oh my god. About to die. So yeah, I mean, that's that. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. That's too far. See, I think we're back to this again. Unless we do a first person. See what this does. I mean, if we do third person this way, it works fine. We just need to cover up the buildings. Like here, and like up in here, we'd have to put buildings up in here. Put buildings across this way. Yeah, now we have to do a different player controller. Controller sucks. All this. Must be getting good. Definitely, we'll have to change the skybox. Back to. But yeah, so like as you can see when we look that way, it looks like nothing's there, you know. And then we'll just do the player bounds. Yeah. And then we can put stuff in the background. I think we're gonna have to settle with this, and we'll have to make it work. And then we can use more of these assets for like build, we could put neighborhoods back here and, stuff like that, but we're not going there. But you know what I mean? We can put stuff out here. We can get creative with it. Set dress, okay. I think we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to work on a player controller movement. I think we had one. Okay, let's see what this can come up with. I think we're using third person follow. We get that third person follow. All right, let's just see what we can do with it. I want to use Gemini because Gemini sometimes is a little bit better. It's crazy. So 3 years ago, no, 2 years ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I don't remember. We got new internet. Fiber. We had a new company come in for fiber. And they've already, in the last 2 years, have changed, got bought, like they've merged with other companies like twice, I think. Crazy. Which happens. Okay, so this is the one they're using here. We can try. I think we already had. I would just use the same player movement. Player movement. What I'll do, I think I'm like just like exiting the, like not deleting this. And we have, it's got, okay, this is doing third person movement. Let's just write a new script, I guess. I think this is what we tried last time. And something screwed up, but let's just do this anyway. Third person movement. And then we'll just have to change everything, rehook this up. But we're going to keep that other player movement script because just in case, if we have to revert back. Okay, I need to get some water, and I'm going to grab some tea real quick. Like I said, this morning's been busy for me. So I'm kind of out of sorts this morning. Be right back. Grab some water. All right, we are back. Yeah, so I had to like, so since I'm unemployed and all this stuff, I have to like meet with this thing for unemployment, which got kind of screwed up. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Um, like this is like the first time I've printed stuff, and I don't even remember because I do everything digitally. But you have to like print everything out, bring it. It's like, okay, whatever. Got to play the game, you know. Yeah, like whole unemployment thing. That was funny. Like I got it, and then like, oh no, now you owe money. It's like, why do I owe money? Like, it's anyway. It's a whole thing. Fun. But I had a call this morning with another recruiter for another contract, maybe. Like the thing is like all this stuff that I've like applied to. It's like literally, I had 2 interviews. I thought the first one, well, I kind of already talked about this on stream. I thought it went really well, and then I got feedback the next day. Oh yeah, we're going a different way with the job and the position. Like, okay, great. Then I had another interview with another company. First interview, great. Literally later that day, I get a email saying, "Hey, we want to schedule the next interview." Okay, great, perfect. I think it was like on a Thursday or Friday. They sent me the interview to put my time down, set that in, waiting for the next steps. Like, here, you got to work on this presentation that you have to you have to do for 5 minutes. Okay, great. Kind of started working on it, kind of laying it out and kind of getting it together. And I'm like, okay, well, why haven't I heard? I gave them my time. When are they going to set up? And then I get another email saying, oh, well, they're, moving the position, reaccount. Basically, we took the position away, basically. Kind of what it came down to. So yeah, so that's like 2 opportunities I could have had, but I mean, whatever. It happens. It's rough right now, man. It's been, now we're going, May 13th will be 2 months, and it's hard to believe it's almost been 2 months. It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. Because I literally, when I first started applying, I noticed there's like a lot of jobs available, and now like when I'm going, like they're starting to diminish. And it sucks. Like I said, I lost my job back in 2018 or 2017, actually, not 2018. 2017. And like I kind of started off kind of strong, had a couple interviews, and then like by like Christmas to time of 2017 to like beginning of 2018, it just like came to a screeching halt. And I think I had a couple of like freelance kind of jobs which saved me, but like I'm getting flashbacks to 2017, 2018 as it, like so what the market feels like. And I don't know, it's like I'm in a weird spot career wise because I'm at that like point, like I'm a senior level, like, you know what I mean? I'm a senior level. I have plenty of years experience. I have like 10 to 15 years experience depending on how you look at it. I would say 15, but whatever. So now I'm like at the top of the food chain, not top, but top, kind of thing. And it's like, I'm too expensive or I'm too experienced. It's like, you get that run around and it's like, man, it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And then it's like, okay, if I want to start something new, a new career path, it's like, how do I do that? How do I transfer what I know? Because my job currently is very specialized. Things transfer skill wise, but it's a very difficult spot. Let's just tell you. The older you get, the more experience you get, the harder it gets. And everybody's like, "Oh, we want someone experienced." It's like, okay, great. Yeah, they want somebody experienced, but they want somebody cheap for experience. You know what I mean? They don't want to pay you what you're worth. And they're like, "Well, okay, well they want this." And, but it's like, we could find somebody way cheaper and, do the same job. Well, they think that. But then they get the person and they find out they don't. And then they make a mistake. But, you know what I mean? It's anyway, one of those deals. But that does happen. And ageism is a real thing. It's real. And not that I'm old, but I'm getting to that point where, like, yeah, you know, you are getting old. And I used to be like 5 years ago, or a little, maybe more than 5. Like I was the guy that, oh, you don't have enough experience. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so weird how that changes. You know. And then now with AI coming on, it's just, I don't know, man. It's I've known this for like 2 years. Like all this, we're basically having a white collar recession, like depression, basically. Because the problem is everybody in my generation, which I'm like one of those weird generation, like I'm considered a millennial, but I don't really relate with millennials as much because I'm like the top. I relate more with like Gen Z, because I think I was around more Gen Z people growing up than I was millennials. So they call us Zennials. So yeah, it's just different. It's wild. I think we tried this last time and we got that camera bug or something. Let's see how this works. But they always say, you know, when these things happen, this is like when businesses start. And it's like, I would love to work for myself and do all that, but it's like, I don't know what to do. And I don't really want to create a business on what I'm doing currently, because I kind of want to move away from it. Because the reason I want to move away from it is because I can kind of see where my job is headed. And I've been like this for a while. Like it's headed to a weird spot. And that happened with a certain program that got big, like really big and popular. So now like the whole theory behind what I do, like nobody really cares. They just care about the flash of this program that you can do. And it's like, that's not what we do. There's more to it than just that. Anyway, I found that out like when I graduated college and got into the workforce. Like it didn't matter what I did in college. Like I was like, wait a minute, we learned to do this. Like when you're supposed to be doing this to make sure this works, and so we can save time and effort. And no, just do this. Oh, okay. And then like the outcome. Like, well, that's not gonna work. Yeah, we don't care. Just do it anyway. Okay. So you go through that. But anyway, I can just see the writing on the wall, man. With AI, it's like my job's gonna be. It's not gonna be replaced. It's gonna change, and the need for what we do, it's not gonna be as much, and it's gonna be. I think more so if you learn how to use AI, how to prompt, you're in a better spot, because that's what everybody's going to need to be able to do for their job. You're going to need to know how to prompt to do these things at a high, fast pace of speed. Like this time of, like, oh, we can take, a year and a half, or like, dude, use AI so you can get it done a lot faster. And I think that's where we're headed. Like people are going to want, they're going to want your experience, because you're going to have to decipher if AI is right or wrong. But at the end of the day, they're not going to want you to waste a lot of time. It's like, just have AI do what you need to do to get the information that you need. To be able, like if you're writing content or creating content or something like that, like coding. Like, look how fast this is. I need to know what I'm doing, but do you really? Because this is gonna get so good that it's not gonna matter. It really isn't. It's not gonna matter if you know it or not, because this will get really good, as good as a human, if not better. And all you need to do is have the instructions, like coding, to give to the computer or the AI, and they'll spit out what you need, and you take it and you do it. That's the future. I'm pretty sure that's where we're headed. It's like, yeah, you need to know stuff, but it's like when you do math, you use a calculator. You don't care. You don't double check the work because the calculator's right. AI will get to a point where it's right all the time. And I know people are, oh no, it won't. It's like, yes, it will. It's already almost there. Like, it's like it can do most of this stuff pretty. Look at that. We just did this code. Done. Move on. Does it work? I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to front load a lot of that busy preparation, thought process stuff that we do, simple stuff. You're going to front load it with this so you can move on to the next thing. It's all about time. And I learned that quickly in corporate. You learn that you have to be fast, man. Like, it's like you got to pump stuff out. And this is just going to make it to where, like, hey, they're going to have a couple of people that are good at, they'll know basic stuff like for the job, but they're going to be really good at prompting. And that's it. So that's why I started using AI 2 years ago. With that, like, I'm learning how to prompt. I'm learning how to use this in everyday situations, how to do this, how to do that, and see how it works so I can learn how to get the best results. And that's where we're at, man. Might not be needed right this second or today. But I gotta think. I have a feeling a lot of people prompt engineering is going to be a requirement for a lot of jobs. Yes, obviously, like certain trades and manufacturing and stuff like that, it's not going to matter. But if you work on a computer, you're going to have to know how to prompt. Period. Like, it's going to be in addition to what you do. You see what I'm saying? Like, I heard this thing. AI, it's already started. It's already happening. AI is going to be built within all your programs. Like, think about this. You're a graphic designer, 3D modeler, whatever. You open up Photoshop. There's a prompt. Hey, what are you doing today? Or what are you working on today? Blah, 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 blah. Put in your thing. Boom. It spits out a concept. Great. Now you use that concept. Use your skills to take it further, to put your spin on it. That's what's going to happen. No more of this like, oh, I'm going to sit here and think about it and daydream. No, you're just going to, I'm looking to do this. The client needs this. Boom. And it'll give you 5 things. Choose one. Okay. Now go finalize it. Put your spin. Put the brand. Movies. Hey, you're gonna feed it a movie clip and say, hey, we need this to be within 3 to 5 minutes. This short little clip, it needs to do this, it needs to do that, boom. It's gonna spit it out. Done. No more for editors. That's what I'm seeing in my brain. Like, hey, we have a client, they need this video here. Okay, great. You're gonna put in the instructions. I need this video to be in 3 to 5 minutes. It needs to have this narrative, and we have to follow this. We have to do this. Make sure it works like this, and it's just gonna do it for you in 3 minutes, if that. Boom. Move on. Next thing. And that's what you're going to do all day. And all these programs will have, it's already started. AI will be built within it. You'll have a prompt and there. And obviously you can go in there and tweak stuff. Great. But this AI is going to save you time. And it's going to be able to make it so you can do things faster. And then eventually it will replace people. Because this stuff will be automated. And then you'll just have somebody upload stuff, and that's it. Now, is it going to happen when that happens? Who knows? But then, like I said, what AI is going to do is now it's going to transform work And then now you're going to need people that know how to use the AI. So it creates different jobs. So some of these jobs that we're getting rid of, it's going to bring in new things and new jobs. And I don't even know why I'm even going off on this, but that's what I mean. Like when people say like, why aren't you learning how to code? And did it? It's like, because in 10 years, you won't need to know how to code. I mean, it's for real. Like, and I'm proving it right now. Like, yeah, this isn't where I mean, we're not there yet. But we're damn close. And if I can build this game successful, like it's proof that, yeah, anybody can do this. All right, see if this works now, or we can get it to work. All right, before I do that, bother me. I know we changed this yesterday, but it's at the sun source. I gotta remember which one which we use. We use that one. No, it was that one. Like fluff something or yeah, this one. I think that's what we initially had. But I forgot we got so many. We got that pack that had way more skyboxes, so we got way more to choose from now. I mean, I like that cartoony, cloudy thing. That was nice. Like especially around here, it was cool, but it didn't look cool other places. But that's kind of cool. Kind of creepy. Makes sense for the game we're kind of going for. Oops. Right, this one's not too bad. Gotta figure out this lighting. I don't know why I went off on that whole AI thing, but on your player game object, gotta add a player control. I thought we did. No sun source. Oh, I wonder if we can create a sun, like a light, as a light source. Prime. Primogen. I almost debated playing Oblivion today. Remaster. Because I played it when it first came out on the Xbox 360. I still remember getting it. I was so excited when Oblivion was released because at that time, so this was 2006 when Oblivion I think released around, or that's when I got it. Pretty sure it was 2006. Um, yeah, March of 2006. Crazy because I graduated college in May of 2006. This is right before I graduated. Yeah, so it was March of. I got it, I think, in June, either June or July, because I bought myself. Crazy. I bought myself for a graduation gift. I bought an Xbox 360 because I had the original Xbox. Um, and I bought. So anyway, like I was saying, I first played Morrowind in 2002. I bought it on the computer. Didn't hear anything about it. Never knew about Elder Scrolls or anything. I just saw it at the college where I went to college. We had a super Walmart, and they had video games back then. We could buy freaking video games like actual boxes. Wild. How we're not even there anymore. And I remember like looking for a good game, and I saw this Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I was like, "What the heck is this? This looks cool. This looks up my alley." So I bought it just on a whim, never and didn't know anything about it. And I became like obsessed with that game. I loved it. So when this came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get like Morrowind again and all that cool stuff." And I think this game was similar to Morrowind, but it was different. Like it just, I remember playing it at first. I was like, "Okay, this is different. Like it's not the same." But I never completed it. I can't remember how far I got into it. I don't think I got very far. And I remember you could get a mount in this game, which in Morrowind you couldn't. You had to walk everywhere. Which for me was kind of some of the appeal of Morrowind, because when I think back, it's like all the things I would explore the world, and that's how I stumbled upon things. And and I had a buddy, a best friend growing up. He was playing Morrowind, and like we would talk about it, and like he had a completely different experience than I did, and like he found things and did things way different than how I did it, and it was like that was cool. And that's what's cool about these types of games. It's like you could play the same game but have completely different experience um, than somebody else. When did Xbox 360? Did that come out in 2005? It did. That's right. It came out in November of 2005. I remember it. So that was like my last year of college. So I couldn't buy it then because I was broke. And that's why I said I waited till it was like July. And actually, I think when it first launched, what launched with Xbox 360? Oh God, mine did that. It took a long time. Like I refused. That was another thing. I refused to play the Xbox 360 because I was so afraid of that. And then eventually mine did Red Ring, and that's when I think I bought PlayStation. Was it PlayStation 2? Yeah, it would have been PlayStation 2. And then I got PlayStation. I remember I got PlayStation 3 because at the time, PlayStation started getting better games. And then after that whole experience, the Red Ring, I was like, dude, I don't want to buy another Xbox. But then I think I got Xbox One. I actually got Xbox One, I think, right after it released. I was like, all right, we'll go back to Xbox because they were like hyping up Xbox One and it's going to be like, their best thing. And I think that one even had issues. It was cool. I remember playing Battlefield 4. Yeah, Battlefield 4 online. And man, I had so much fun. Yeah, what games? Oh God, the Kinect. That was. I had that one right there. I mean, this is crazy. Like, this is 2006, so you gotta understand. It's like this stuff was all new. Like the first Xbox was like what? Like that was crazy when the first Xbox came out. I remember we were so hyped when that thing we got like a pamphlet on it in like 2000 or God, I can't remember. It was either 99 or 2000 when they released the first pamphlet. Like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. These are some of the games we're gonna come up with. And because back then it was like open world. That was like the thing. Open world games. We were so excited for that. But yeah, I remember the first Xbox was okay. So it launched with 14 games. See, I didn't play Call of Duty. So 5 other games sold over 1 million copies in the first year. Yeah, Oblivion, of course. Ghost Recon, Dead or Alive. Yeah, see, I didn't play any of these. Gears of War, I remember playing that. That was cool. Halo 3. I remember playing Lost Odyssey. Never finished it, but it was cool. Actually, I think I still have. No, those are okay. So the games back there are for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But I don't. The only consoles I have now is PlayStation 4 and Xbox One S, I think, or whatever it was. That one that came. That's it. I haven't bought a console in years. I just prefer to game on my PC. I do miss the game. Like I do miss consoles because I grew up, on consoles, and I could never build a gaming computer. Like I said, I built my first gaming computer in 2018. Huh. Xbox Arcade. Yeah, Xbox 360 was pretty cool. I mean, it was. I remember getting it. I remember getting it and being like, "Oh, this is so cool." 20 gigabytes. Wow. 399. But yeah, I remember I got graduation money and I was like, I'm going out and getting an Xbox 360. Because at the time, like in college, like the Xbox, because the Xbox had Ethernet, which was crazy. I mean, I know the Dreamcast had Ethernet as well. Did it have Ethernet or did it have dial up? I don't remember now. But anyway, so we would connect to the network at college. So our whole dorm, would be a whole network, and we would play when Halo 2 came out. Oh my god. Like we would play matches against different floors and like because that's when they had the microphone. I mean, that was all new. I mean, for me, because like for console gaming, because you could do that on PC, but back then when you're a college kid, dude, like you're broke, man. You can't afford anything. Um, so yeah, I had the oh man, that was so cool. The original Xbox, that was fun. But yeah, Halo 2, woo, that was that was amazing. But yeah, that's where I played and then I remember I had Morrowind for my because I had I bought myself a PC for college. So this is 2002. It was and back then Gateway was like the thing. So I built a gateway and I was like I remember telling them I'm like, "Yeah, I want a gaming computer." And I want for school, and I don't even remember what they gave me, like what the card was or anything, and it wasn't that great. It could play basic games, but then I had a buddy at college, my next door neighbor in my dorm. Shout out to Mike. Um, he he was into computers and he would build computers and stuff. And he's like, dude, get this gaming card. This will work with that. Because back then I didn't know all that stuff. I mean, I was a computer nerd, but I wasn't like a hardware. I mean, I didn't care about all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, this one will work. So I remember getting this graphics card. I think it was an Nvidia. I don't even remember what it was. And I remember I had it shipped to my dorm and put that baby in, and that's how I was playing Morrowind. I mean, obviously the graphics weren't the best. It wasn't a like, high class gaming graphics card. But I was playing Star Wars Galaxies, dude. When I went to college, that was the best thing that ever happened because I could leave Star Wars Galaxies up on my computer and be connected to the internet 24/7. Oh god, it was so much fun. Because I had dial up at home. I played Star Wars Galaxies on dial up, man. I remember running across the screen and like you would lag out and it was like it was like, oh my god. Oh wow, how times have changed. It was so much fun though. But I mean, I used to game more then than I do now. I mean, because I didn't have kids and didn't have a job and like I remember playing Knights of the Old Republic for literally all day, like 14 hours. I would play that game and I beat it like in 2 days. I was like addicted. It's like that. Like to me, that's like outside of Star Wars Galaxies, Knights of the original Knights of the Old Republic is probably the best Star Wars game, hands down, for me, experience wise, that I've ever played. It was just, dude, oh my god, that twist, oh, story was just so good. I'm trying to think like what would my second Star Wars game be? Like Galaxies and Knights tie for me because for different reasons. Obviously, gameplay and game wise would go to Knights of the Old Republic, but for like experience and amount of fun I had would go to Galaxies because that was the first time I ever played an MMO. This is 2002, so it was very new, and MMOs were just kind of a new thing. And just sad that when WoW came out, killed all the MMOs of the day because everybody, oh, we got to do that. We got to do what WoW's doing. It's like, no, do what you do. That's why we like it. I remember jumping on all the MMOs at the time. I had Galaxies. I remember playing City of Heroes. City of Heroes was really cool. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Then WoW came out, and then there was just so many. I can't remember all of them, but those are the ones that stand out to me. Especially City of Heroes, man. That was cool. It was so unique, man. It made so much sense. It was like it was cool. I love that game. They actually have a server. So like how you can play Star Wars EMU or EGMU or whatever it is, like people rebuilt the game. Well, they have one for City of Heroes. I started playing a little bit. I just never played it again, but I'll jump back on it if I have time. I guess the thing, I don't want to get too addicted to these things, man, because you can, oh god, they can time suck you so bad. But yeah, that was all like 2002, 2003. I prefer single player games, honestly. That's just me as a person. Um, but like, because the problem is like I'll find like an MMO or something, and then like I can never find people to play with, or my friends don't want to play, or they don't play, or it's like that kind of thing. And like I do love MMOs because like when you play with friends, it is fun. We used to play WoW back in college. We'd all, it was fun, man. Back then it was Ventrilo, not Discord, Ventrilo. We would talk. It was so much fun. So if I can play with friends and all that, yeah, I'm down. But most of the time, it's hard. Like they don't play the game you want to play, or all right. So we got to do this player control. Distracted here. It's just kind of a whatever day. Like I said, I don't have much time, and I don't want to get too invested into something today. Just kind of having fun. The main thing is fixing this camera, figuring out what the hell we're gonna do. Um, I would love to do that isometric view, but like I said, it's just we designed the game to do this because we were doing, we were building everything like this. I think this just looks cooler. All right, so we gotta do. Okay. Oh, we're doing the player thing. Doing a character controller. Wait a minute. I can go off on these tangents. It's so cool. It's fun when we have like a lot of people like on stream. Like we used to do these tangents all the time. So yeah, so yesterday it was like it was actually cooler yesterday. Today it's supposed to be, it's already 73 degrees and it's like noon. But dude, it's supposed to be like almost 80 again. We've been having this stuff like the last couple weeks. It's like I don't mind it, but it's like, dude, it's April. We had to turn the air conditioning on, dude. This is Ohio. like, it's usually cold until like June. But like we live in a 2-story house, so it's like in the daytime it's okay, but then by the time that night comes, all that heat just rises and we're trying to sleep. It's like unbearable. And anyway, it's just like I'm hoping today we don't have to. But it's just like we turn it off for the nighttime because it's like my girls can't sleep. I can't sleep when it's hot. Like uncomfortable. Um, we got about an hour, and then I gotta take off. Like I said, I got this meeting that I'm not really wanting to go to, but I have to go to. So it's not like it's not something what I mean. It's a requirement, so it's not something I have. I can just do whatever. No, I have to go. So I'm dreading it, but it's supposed to be like an hour, and um, it's like the whole. I have to list out like it's like it's for my unemployment basically. Um, And it's like you have to list out like the jobs you apply on. It's like, okay, dude, I apply on like a lot of jobs. And it's like I have a track history, if I go into all my accounts that I have, record that I'm applying in, but they want like the date you apply, the position, the employer, all the stuff. And it's like, I think they even want like phone numbers and ad. It's like, dude, I'm not going like door to door here. Like these places are, these places are in other states. Like it's just, I just feel like it's like they think it's like 99 or something. Like like everything's digital, man. It's like everything's online. Like anyway. Yeah, it's getting to the point, it's like I'm starting to get worried because it's like, okay, it's almost 2 months and I've had like I said, I've had a couple interviews, but it's just yeah. But tomorrow, it's cool. Like we'll be back to everything will be normal tomorrow, but I'm going to see pretty sure tomorrow. I mean, unless nothing if anything comes up. But tomorrow I get to see Not a Surf at this small little club in Cleveland. Never been there, but it's like a small little club, um, little venue. And I've been trying to see these guys for literally since God. I mean, I've been a fan of theirs since '96. But then, like I said, I could never find their CD. Their first CD, I finally found it in '99, so I bought their first CD. And the problem is with the band, I mean, everybody knows it. If you were alive during '96, they had a song called Popular, which was their hit. Everybody knows that song if you're from the '90s. Like, I'm popular. So that was their hit. That was off their first record. And then their label dropped them. And so you couldn't get their CDs, like back in the day. It's like I would always go to like the section, look for them, and I couldn't find them. I
It's
remember I
12
got their
o'clock.
first CD because we went to I'm from Illinois, but we went to Iowa and this shop had one. And I was like, oh my God, they have it. And I bought it. And then I found Super Drag, which was at the time, they both were label mates and they're friends, but they both had hits at the same time. And Super Drag had the song Sucked Out the Feeling, who sucked out the feeling. So, like, I love those bands the first time I ever heard them, and this was '96. And Super Drag, I couldn't find their album. Same situation with Not a Surf. They both got dropped. And I found Super Drag and the used CDs of our local record shop in my hometown. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta buy it. And so I only had their first albums. And then in 2007, I was online and I was like, man, whatever happened? And, it's like you just start thinking, because you don't think about these things, sometimes. It's just like some things pop into your head. And I was like, oh, they have more records. Because I didn't know Not a Surf put out. I thought they were done. I thought like the band just disappeared and never heard from them again. And well, I was able to get their CDs, and it was Let Go. And oh man, that's my like one of my favorite CDs or albums of theirs. really good. So I'm pumped to see them tomorrow. Because I've been literally trying to see them since 2006, 2007, and every time wherever I've lived, they just never would tour. And like I said, I was like, I think it was like a week or two ago. Um, like I think it was Facebook. I saw an ad like, "Oh, it's not a surf's coming to this place in Cleveland." I was like, "Cleveland? What? They're coming when?" And like I was like, "I got to go to this, man." I told my wife, I was like, "I know I'm unemployed, but can I go to this?" It's like I've been wanting to see them for over 15 years, so um, you get to scratch like Super, and also Super Drag this year was touring. They don't really tour because they're not like really a band anymore. They'll get together and do things sometimes. So they were doing a concert in L.A. and then they were doing one in New York. And I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to New York?" I think this was like in October or something in the fall. And she's like, "Yeah, maybe." And I was like, "Well, there's this band." I told her about Super Drag. I was like, "Ah, there's this band I've been wanting to see forever. They don't do this. It's like a special event." Man, the tickets sold out like that because it's only like a one night event or something. I was so disappointed because like that's another band I want to scratch off my list. Like, hey, I've seen them. But I get to see Not a Surf, so I'm pumped. Because like they're like music from like actual music that's from my generation. Like they would say it's music that came out when I was a teen. Well, Not a Surf, Super Draggers one, and then Weezer's. That's another band I want to see. Like those are bands that I actually listened to when they first came out of my generation, I guess, or whatever, when I was in junior high. As opposed to like I listened to my parents' music, like Zeppelin and Floyd and all that stuff. Metallica, I wouldn't really consider my generation, but obviously they came out. I got into them in the '90s because of Until It Sleeps. But they're not really a band of my era. I mean, I guess you could consider Load of my era, but I mean, they're not a band that came out during my when I was a teenager. But I listened to mostly like when I was a teen. I didn't listen to like current music at the time. I think the only band that I loved that came out of the grunge at the time in the '90s was Stone, and they're not even grunge. Stone Temple Pilots. I remember hearing them for the first time. I was like, oh my god, who are these guys? I love them. Purple. I had that album. Love that album. I love Stone Temple Pilots. I wouldn't consider them grunge though, but they got lumped up in it. Wasn't a big fan of Nirvana back then. I didn't really like Nirvana. Um, Pearl Jam. I only liked the song Jeremy back then. Smashing Pumpkins, I kind of liked. Um, who else? But now that I'm older and I hear that music, it takes me back, to that time. Remember hearing them or remember seeing people wear the shirts and because like the Nirvana thing was like I was too young. I was in elementary school when Nirvana like hit big. So I wasn't really like aware of music. I mean, I listened to music and knew music, but like I wasn't, you know what I mean? You're in elementary school. And none of my friends or anybody really listened to Nirvana back then. Um, and then when I got into junior high, Kurt was already dead, so they were already kind of over. And I remember my cousin telling me about Foo Fighters. He's like, "Oh, this is old Nirvana, like or whatever." I was like, "Well, I hate Nirvana," and I was like, "I don't." Okay, I'm not gonna like Foo Fighters, but I listened to their first Foo Fighters' first CD, which is just Dave Grohl, basically. Um, and I remember liking some of the songs. And then obviously they put out what is it, The Color, their second record. That was huge, 97. I love that. I love and then I kind of like Foo Fighters. I don't like all Foo Fighters stuff, but I love that record. That record's great. So that's another band that would be considered of my era, I guess. All right. Way off track here. Okay, so they told me to do a character controller component, which we did. Okay. Attach the third person movement script above. Oh, I know what it means. let's get rid of, we'll just turn that one off. And then add, whoops. Oh, got that. So it wants us to create a Cinemachine virtual camera, create a free look camera. Which we don't have that. I think that's what we tried, and everything was just like, I like the third person follow, where it just locks in. Hold on, let's see what we got for option. Free look, yeah. I mean, I guess we could take that off. That might screw things up. Whoa. All right, and then it wants, it's orbital. Okay, follow offset. I think that's this one. Hold on. Okay, there's target tracking. Um, the other, this one, okay, I think it's just that shoulder offset. Okay, let's try this. So 0, 2, -4. Kind of too close, but we can do that. Okay, we'll try this. We put third person. Free look modifier. Okay. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to play Oblivion on stream. I think that will be fun. And I need to test the PC out anyway, because I have like a headset with a mic, and I just want to see how it. Okay, we're already broke. Hold on. Okay, I can't move. Okay, let me do something. I want to see what I've been finding if you talk to ChatGPT or AI like a conversation. Well, now I can't because we have a history of conversations. But if you talk to it like a conversation, explaining, it kind of works better sometimes, but not always. Um, see what it says. I'm using the 04 Mini. I think this is the newer one. Oh, it's the fastest read. Well, I know we added the character control. I like Cinemachine, but man, sometimes it's just like we just need a camera. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess there's cool things you can do with Cinemachine. Let's see. All these emails just like flew in here. I just have to monitor, in case some, recruiter, some job gets back to me. I just got to monitor this stuff. Because you just never know. I found out, like, over the years, like, if a recruiter reaches out to you with something really, you want to get back to them as soon as possible, because if you don't, they'll just move on to the next person. So you kind of want to get there. Okay. Let's see. I think I forgot something maybe in the hookup, but okay, so a few things could be going on here. Nothing in Cinemachine just makes your player sit on the ground or apply gravity. And if your character controller is up in the air or missing a tile, it'll just float there. Let's walk through the quick checklist. Okay. Make sure you actually have a character controller on your player. We did do that. Yeah, right there. But maybe this player movement script. We have a rigid body. Yeah. We got that. And the inspector oh, here we go. 010. And height 2. Okay, height is 2. Whatever matches your capsule. I think that might be the issue because the capsule collider goes way down there. Why does that do that? We had to do that for a reason. Or that's not the capsule collider. The rigid body? Okay. We did that 0, 1, 0. So its bottom really sits. So without that controller dot move, call won't collide with or sit. Right here. So it's got to be this controller where something's messed up with it. Ah. I wonder if we have to do something like. Make sure your ground has a collider. If you painted grass with a terrain, yes, it already has a, okay. If you're using flat plane, add a mesh collider. No, we're using the terrain thing. There's no collider under your player controller's ground. It will never go true and gravity will never land them. Okay, well maybe that could be the issue. Terrain collider right there. See if that did anything. Nope, still popping up again. Let's just see what that does. Probably nothing. Whoa. Okay, well, we're not floating, but we did fly over, so I don't know what that's all about, but I can't move. Okay, well, that's something. Oh, we probably have to add gravity. Hook up Cinemachine. In your free look cam, drag your player into the follow and look at fields. Got there. Tracking target. Okay, where is... Might be this in here. That's the ISO camera. Yeah, I don't see look at. Where is look at? I don't see look at. Look at. Make sure that VCam lives in the scene alongside your main camera. Take over the brain. Okay. Relook cam. Everything looks right. Tracking the target. Setting that we're not doing, is there? Target tracking. Okay. Well, it says add gravity to our movement script, so maybe that's... Oops, wrong one. We're not jumping. Okay, so now we're doing float, right, forward, right, desired move. Now we're doing move. Now we're doing move. So that transform equals move, which, oh, lowercase. That makes a difference. And now we got to do this is the thing about ChatGPT sometimes. Like it starts changing like things. Does it make sense? Rotate player. Move that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now we do gravity. If move. Oops. That's not what we're doing. Oh, I read the wrong line here. Reading off the iPads too. If e dot it, oops. Is grounded. I know we're just gonna open a bigger can of worms here. How many times have we changed this now? I think we're just. Oh my god, allergies are acting up today. Like I think we're just gonna stick with what we had initially, is the 3D. We have to, because that's how we built the world. I don't feel like redesigning the whole world will take too much time, because it's already going to take a lot of time to do all the other stuff. Find out why that. why they changed this. It's like, you know what we did before. Oh, we gotta add this float for the vertical. Yeah, but it equals 0f. Okay, I think we're good now. Delta. Oh, we don't get rid of move speed. We're not doing move, we're doing velocity. Times that. No, not vertical. Oh. Well, it says vertical velocity, but why is it velocity down here? Okay. But then this one's velocity. It makes no sense. Oh, I see. I'm missing some stuff. I see. Now we have it. There it is. Forgot to put that there. My bad. Yep. Then we do that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Hey, what's up, Trenton? Welcome back. We're screwing the game up again. I think when I talked to you the other day, we had something different. Or anyway, we've been going back and forth with the views because, yeah. So initially, I built the game 3D. As you can see, I've added more buildings. I found a cool pack, which had a great city hall, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So we got that, and this pack has all this stuff that we can build out the city. You know, all the details. So I was trying an isometric view, but it breaks the buildings, and I don't know if it's going to work really well. And plus, you know, we built this level as a 3D. You know what I mean? So we're going back here. So now I'm gonna have to rewrite the player movement script. You see what I'm saying? Like once we change this crap, it like breaks everything. So, but I think we're gonna do this. I don't know if, you know, obviously I'm probably gonna pull it back a little. But we're just trying to get the player movement to work. Right now our character's floating, so I'm fixing it. I'm trying to fix it. But anyway, you know. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yep. It won't be too long. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. All right, I'm back. City Hall reminds this. Yeah. Well, it's like your traditional. Like I'm saying, like we're just trying to mold a city. Like you're gonna find stuff. You know, these aren't all final right now, but I found another pack that had some cooler looking buildings too. But you know, if you ever look at a city, you know, every city has different architecture. Like it's not every building looks the same because you know they change buildings throughout the years. You know, so I kind of had that. But yeah, so I mean, um, a lot of this will work. Um, and what I've decided is the play area. I think we talked. I don't know if I remember if we talked about it, but so this is all going to be the play area, and that's it. So we're probably gonna, you know, we'll have to build out some kind of backdrop stuff, you know, in the background, but the player will never get there. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm gonna build this out a little bit, build this, but the play area is just gonna be this section here, basically the town square. That's it. And then this is all just, you know, for looks to be pretty. Um, Background setting, you know, we'll probably put some houses, you know, to make it look like there's neighborhoods, make it look bigger than it really is. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Um, but anyway, but right now we got to get this player movement script just so we can get it working. And then, like I said, we'll probably start working on the detail stuff here. Because I got this pack. I actually bought it. It was on sale. I didn't want to, but I had to pay $10 to get that city hall. But it's worth it because like we got a lot of stuff. It was on sale on the and it comes with characters, so we'll probably utilize some of these characters. I'm still gonna build out the main character and probably build a couple other ones, but for right now we're gonna use these for the prototype. Might as well. But as you can see, it's got all this stuff, so we can get very detailed here. Just for the main square. Obviously, I'm not gonna do all this, but you know we could put street lights and all that cool stuff to make it look like a real town, you know? Give it more character. Since we're only in this little play square, like, you know, we can do a lot more just in this little area than if I had to build out the whole freaking thing, which is what I initially thought, but I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to build out here and then just build slowly out just to make it look like there's stuff there. Maybe put some stuff here, and that's about it. All right, let's see if that fixed our issue, which I know it probably didn't, but we'll see. Save the script. Yes, I did. But yeah, I gotta. I'm streaming till about like for another half hour, so I got an appointment today. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'm thinking like mixing it up here and playing some Oblivion on stream. I gotta test out the PC, trying to get that all set up. See how streaming works on there. But dude, you say The Simpsons? I had a skybox that I got from one of these packages, and the freaking skyboxes literally looks like The Simpsons. I'll have to show you. Oh, now we're frozen. Okay, that's not good. Oh, we got some errors. All right. Here, I'll show you real quick. Because when you said that, dude, I was like, oh my god, like I literally had this skybox that looks exactly like The Simpsons. Here it is. I think this is it. Is that it? I don't know if that was it. I think it's called cartoony. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. There it is. Yep, that's it. Like, dude, that is The Simpsons. I thought about using it. I don't mind it. It actually looks kind of cool. It's airbrushed. And then they got this one, which doesn't look too bad either. But yeah, definitely looks like this. Like I said, right now the skyboxes or whatever. I mean, I like they're all look cool. Obviously, we'll finalize which one we want. This one. Oh, that's not gonna work. Fluff. But yeah, that's totally The Simpsons, man. Let's see. I actually like that now that I think about it. I think we had this one. Because it does kind of go with what we're going for. It might work. This one, not this one. That's you could that's too Simpsons. This one would work. The Simpsons. That's what we need. We need a nuclear power plant in the back somewhere. And one of these actually have a factory, which we'll probably put somewhere. All right, what's this error? Third person movement up. Is that the camera? Yeah, I like that one. That one's a little bit better. It's not as cartoony, but it still has that nice blue in it. We might go with this one. Like I said, it's work in progress. Not really worried about it right now. Okay, line 21 and 32. Cam equals. Okay, we gotta check the camera set. Vector. List is empty. Okay. Like I said, I knew this was gonna happen. We changed it up. We're gonna get errors, but hold on. Your ground needs a collider. We have a terrain collider. Huh. Yeah, I gotta figure out this shader. Still popping up. I thought I fixed it, but I guess not. Do 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 do. Okay, so it was line 32, 21. Vector 3, cam forward. So it's, okay, it's the transform of the camera. Not set to an instance of an object. Got that. That? I'm thinking it might be colliding with this one that we created earlier. Didn't want to delete this yet. I don't want that. Hmm. See what that does. What error that pops up now. We still get the same one. Well, now we fall through. Okay, that's not good. Well, we didn't get any errors. That's good. But now we fell through. We have a collider. That's what it says. Maybe we have to change this. Sometimes you have to do this. The more assets we put in this... All right, we're still falling through. Nope, that didn't work. The more assets we do, the longer it's going to take to... Oh, maybe that. Huh. Sure, there's a collider on your ground. Okay, mesh plane. Bring this up on mesh plane. There's the terrain collider. Terrain has a built-in mesh slash plane. Select it. Add. Okay. Huh. Okay. In scene view, select or enable gizmo. Forgot where that was. The gizmo. I haven't used it in so many times. Remember, it used to be gizmo. Oh, I think it's down here. Huh, I don't remember where Gizmos was. I remember it was like a setting. I haven't used it in so long. I think it's this one. This one? That's it. I think I see. A wider bound. They're all selected. See, man, I knew this was gonna happen. We changed something, boom. We get into more problems. Ugh. Hmm. Oh, remove rigid body. We have one. That's the. Try that. That might be the issue, actually. So it wasn't falling through before. Now, what the hell did we do? Try that. Push buttons until it works. Well, okay, that's a little bit better. We're getting somewhere. But now we got that camera issue again. Yep. So that's what happened last time. Alright, we need to bring the camera back a little bit. We're getting there. That's a little bit better than what we were before. Camera distance, let's try 10. Eight? Bet you it's the ground. It's something with the ground. Let's try the ground. That. I want to turn this off for a second. We never had that on there and it worked fine. Okay, still stuck. Well, now the camera, well. Okay. Yeah, that mesh collider didn't do anything. Made it worse. Something on our plate. I think it's that stuff. We have to set it up. These settings here. Step offset with let me set the height a little bit different. Try that. That works. Hey, bud. Yeah, we're not going to solve this today. Hey. That's what it was. Okay, now we got to fix the camera. We're getting there. Cool, we fixed that. Now we just need to fix the camera. I think, but bud, get down, bud. Okay, come on. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, I have to get going. Gotta eat something real quick, and I gotta leave. I got an appointment. We can't dive in, but hey, we got that fixed, so that's good. He's got to go out, so we'll be back tomorrow around 10. I might try this week. I mean, like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll do Oblivion instead of this, but I kind of want to continue with this. Maybe this weekend I'll do a gaming stream. If me and my buddies stream it, or if me and my buddies play on Saturday night again, we played I was gonna say Diablo, no, Baldur's Gate 3. We played that last Saturday. It was fun, and one of my buddies streamed. He streams. I didn't stream because I didn't have all my stuff. Now I got my second monitor and all that. So maybe we'll do that on Saturday. But anyway, I'm glad we got that one issue taken care of. Now we gotta fix the camera. But anyway, we'll do that tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Triton. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Oh, you guys were in an ad. Jesus. Anyway. Thanks, Trenton, for stopping by. Like I said, I have a meeting I have to go to. I have to eat some lunch and go, and I think the dog needs to go out. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m., hopefully, Eastern, if nothing pops up. Like this morning, something popped up with a call I had to take care of. So anyway, and what I was saying while you were in a break, ad break, is maybe we'll do Oblivion tomorrow. If not, maybe this weekend. And if my friends, we play again on Saturday night. We played Baldur's Gate last weekend. If we play that again, maybe I'll stream it. But anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.